Yo, 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 yo. Another sensational Friday, says Mind, Body, and Crypto. What's up, bro? What's up, Lita? What up, Arnett? T-Law Fitness. Some of the usuals. Shout outs to you if you're on X. Again, hit the link in my recent post. Come over to YouTube. That's the chat I usually look at. Maybe I'll look at X one day, but we on YouTube. What's up, y'all? It is Friday, the 28th of March. 3 days left in the month. And then it's a new month. 3 days left in the quarter. And then it's a new quarter. So all eyes are locked in, however you're doing it. Hopefully you're doing you and not someone else's agenda. This video not fucking financial advice, because crypto is not financial. I mean, it is for some people, but it depends on how you look at it. That's why like Zen is pretty cool, because you have people looking at crypto from a financial lens, and then you have people looking at crypto from a technical lens, which is this, essentially the crypto bruh vision. That's we shout out Hal Finney out here. That's how it is. Satoshi's a okay guy, but Hal Finney was the beast to release the concept. That's where we are. Craig Wright is a fraud. Free Roger Ver. I know. I got my history, bro. I'm not a Bitcoiner, but I come from Bitcoins, and that's why. Yeah, we're at the end of this quarter. Things are very spicy. Neptune and Aries, shit's about to get wrecked. I don't know what that means. History rhyming, dropping bars. That's funny. Is that what that means? Aries is in Neptune. But yeah, it's the start of Aries season 2. I'm a Pisces, so like that's why I'm like, yo, I know this part is when everybody feels it. You guys like feel like Pisces, we're like always emotional type shit. It's like something you have to, I guess, to understand. I don't care about that stuff much, but I do think like it has some relevance to like your human design. And that you didn't get to pick, bro. You just came to Earth one day, woke up and said, oh shit, I'm in this bitch. So yeah, I do like the astrology concept, because that's the predetermined realm. You know what I'm saying? Check the history of Neptune and Aries. Many wars. Yeah, I still think people are at war with themselves. And it's like that's like the ultimate, that's like the forever battle. But when everybody's battling themselves, something's got to give. And there's only a few things that can actually provide the giving feeling that you're looking for. So we're starting off today looking at Zen, right? That's what we talk about here on this channel. We do talk about the overall crypto markets, but it's all dumping, like I said, guys. It just didn't happen the way I thought it would. And that's the thing about the numbers. Like, sometimes you're super right, but most times it's just synchronization. Right? So we're looking at 87, but what I think we're in sync with is the number day numerology, not the day numerology. So the number day numerology is going down until the 31st. Oh, my bad. It's going up until the 31st. And then it flips because the number changes, like the month changes. So what I'm hoping happens, this is like my opposite theory, where it's like, oh, if Bitcoin doesn't keep going up, maybe it pulls back to $79,000 by like it'd be a slow motion thing. Like by next Monday, or by Monday, Bitcoin should be like at like 79,000. Like there's no reason for it to go up. They're like obviously closing the month in these few days. All the gains have been made. Now we trade to the downside. What's up, Zero Dose? Yeah, so they're just wiping gains. And again, what I'm at with it is there's people who have the all-time high Bitcoins, and this is their first time feeling this euphoria. Those are the people in fear, right? But it's all up to whoever brought them in this space. How much education did they give them? You know, hopefully it's people from here doubling up here, you know, type shit. So there's a lot of different things in this cluster here in 65,000. So that's why I'm not too bearish on that idea that like Bitcoin drops. It's like $60,000. That doesn't like feel realistic. Feels like there's again a banker's discount. We're on the 200. We're building consensus. Dips are welcomed or should be welcomed. That's a discount. And yeah, you should be building a strategy on however you want to build it. But since I've been in crypto, always the opposite of the market. That's like the free game. Like there's gonna be people who become the market, and then they try to get everybody behind them so they can change or shift the market. But what we can see again is Bitcoin's keeping its trillion, so nobody wants to go back to fiat. That's the mantra in the save your Bitcoins or get more educated, get more involved in crypto, so that you can use your Bitcoin power to your advantage. Right, you could put it in yielding farms. You could turn it. You could use it in base. Right, you could go to Moon, well, in base chain. Right, like this is why I like base so much, because they have all the apps you want. They just don't have the crypto community. So they're still trying to absorb that, but again, it's like a choke point blockchain. So once you're in it, it's under their control. Like you're in their public garden. But with their public garden does come some benefits, like specific individuals coming to do specific things. So they have like different places to do different things. You got Moonwell here, which is offering APY for different types of coins on base chain. And we've been talking about it this week, but like stable coins are the move. And the thing about it is these DeFi platforms are just first mover advantage. Aerodrome literally stole their code from a Phantom app. That's why like Andre is on a rampage, because Base Chain stole his DEX. I forgot what DEX he made. I don't think it was Spooky Swap. But yeah, Aerodrome is a fork of that. And now they got Valeodrome. It's crazy. So I'm starting to see the world being built out on Base. And that's what Base is doing. They're giving people grants to build worlds in their garden, because that's the only way they're going to get people in without flooding it with VC money. So the other take on it, right, and this is why I'm saying, like, if you're in crypto, why wouldn't you just use your Bitcoin to your power and go in somewhere? And like now they have these this Lombard stake Bitcoin. This is a LB. This is like a liquid staking Bitcoin on Base Chain. So like now you can like liquid stake your Bitcoin on Base, because Base has CBBTC. So like this is kind of where my mind is that we're gonna go through a cycle of idiots who are gonna be trying to like act like this shit is done, like they're gonna go back to the credit system. Like that's how you can smack them in the face. Like when they start talking like, oh, this shit's over, it's like, yeah, bro, you're gonna go back to the credit system, back to the monetary fiat system. That sounds super baller. You sound like you have a futuristic rich man mindset. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button if you're trying. But yeah, so this is just gonna rotate, and I think this is like, again, good time for discounts. So like if you want to get in to Bitcoin, there's never been a better time to actually get in than now when they're dumping it on the mainstream market. So here's another catch-22 about Bitcoin. The Bitcoiners, or like the slowpokes, we're gonna call them slowpokes. Yeah, let's call them slowpokes. Fuck it, man. Fucking slow, bro. You're watching the Crypto Bro channel. You're obviously ahead of the curve. You can't even build it out. Like I bet that, like that's what we should build. We should build a website with all the Bitcoins that are now available. Everything that hodls the Bitcoin ethos. All the Bitcoins. This is a Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin. Because yeah, there's the meme coin Bitcoin, but like there's these wrapped versions of Bitcoin. I guess it's just too hard to find now. That's why you'd have to probably find someone to group them together. But I could show you like CBBTC. So like this is the one I'm talking about. Like you have CBBTC, which is wrapped Bitcoin on base chain, governed by by Coinbase. Then there's BTCB on Avalanche. Right. And the thing about it, that's what I'm saying, like nobody's grouping this shit together because they're all not in the same fucking time zone. But yeah, like if the game is dumping and we know we ain't going back to fiat, like why wouldn't you just go and jump into a Bitcoin alternative that someone else has already set up because they want Bitcoin on Avalanche or they want Bitcoin on base chain. So they've gone and gotten the backing. Now it's not a lot of backing, but it's enough for your funky $100 Bitcoin interest, right? Dank says Bitcoin is dead. What up, Dank? Bitcoin is dead, but I'm talking more about the yield, you know, like the yielding, I think is this is where you get your passive income. Like everybody comes into crypto and they're trying to make fast, quick, fun gains or whatever, but that's like Zen World. Like Zen World is priming itself to be one of the most epic degen plays of the 2020s. This might be your only chance to really get one because you're seeing them fail left and right. Nobody can really do the Bitcoin thing again where you speed up. It's like, let's say Zen is Bitcoin. So go 15 years in the future in Zen, and there's this for Zen, really trying to get people to pry the value or like port the value to like something else to make that valuable. Right. So, yeah, I'm kind of like on this like is also a fun thing while this shit going down. Litecoin forever. Litecoin forever. Nah, Bitcoin is fine DCA into the next 10 years. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Bitcoin's going to be chill because this is what we're seeing. We're going to start seeing Bitcoin everywhere, but it's like I'm mentioning it and I'm looking at it because that's a Zenian. Again, Bitcoin is a digital backing and Zen is digital fiat. It's the real digital cash because it's inflated. So you can have millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, quadrillionaires, and so on. But not everybody can be in the same air. People think it's infinite, or they have this assumption that it's a vampire attack. Yo, all the Hexagon fools right now, they're like thinking Zen is something they can attack, kind of proves the point that like it didn't arrive to be be a disruption. It just happened to be that because their thing wasn't, in my opinion, you know, pushing enough attention. It's just how it goes. Attention rules. Attention rules, right? And Zen, yeah, it's hard to understand and give it your attention because it's so complex. But the people who do, they win the hardest, right? So that's what they can't do. That's what every other coin cannot do that Zen is getting ready to do. And it's going to be fucking crazy, y'all. Like the way that this is projecting out, it's going to win for everyone. And now that you've got, again, chains failing, you've been better off holding Bitcoin for at least the last 15 years. 100%. That would have been it. You didn't have to dibble dabble with anything. Even me, when I joined the ship in 2015, if I just would have compounded my Bitcoin, just kept doing it, right? I don't know. I don't mean, there's probably ways to do it back in the day, which was the trading bots. You use your Bitcoin as collateral and trade that bitch up. That's why those things are not really here anymore. It feels like in Bitcoin. We're still looking at Bitcoin on Binance. I mean, excuse me, base chain. I'm sure there's a Bitcoin on Binance too. I think Binance got BTCB. I'm not too sure, but yeah, I guess maybe not. There's so many Bitcoins, bro, but like if we go through them all, there's probably quite a bit. Here, okay, that's the that one is on Binance. BTCB bit is Binance, right? Just to test my knowledge. Yes, sir. See, bitch. I know this industry like the back of my hand. Zen has no rollbacks. Yeah, no rollbacks. Only roll-ups. Roll up the weeds or pump up the volume of your C ranks. That's why, again, I'm taking the Zen content behind a paywall because it is going to be so good. The fuck? I'm not feeding this to these idiots. They can barely understand it. Like, watch all of, like, cause that's the crazy part about it. Like, my whole assumption is that, like, X1's going to come out and then everybody's going to run from all those other places that couldn't do it. They're going to run into XNT. Right. All the Zenians that have the Zen, they're going to be all prideful, banging on their chest, burning all their Zen up. And there's going to be a quantum world where some people are just building on Zen and they're not like focused on moving on to Rust. Maybe. Right? Because the Zens live on these other chains that are trying to do something too. So it would need to be, I guess, again, like some sort of trade-off. I'm really starting to understand that like grant thing now. And the more I get my hands on the internet, because I just started learning how to do React. And yeah, it's supposed to take you like 3 weeks to learn how to use React. That's not in this new future. Not with the access to AI tools, bro. And the right prompts, man. You learn React in a few minutes. You'll be able to navigate React probably in a day, 2 days, 3 days, 2 or 3 days. Yeah, if you have AI in a plan, you should be able to navigate software in 2 to 3 days. If you're cooking. If you can't cook it like that, then yeah, you're probably moving too slow. It's probably too hard. I'm thinking of these new kids that are gonna be coming in the game at like 13 right now, probably. Like they're literally born in like 2000 and like 11, nigga, like 2012, right? These kids are getting ready to come into crypto with all this AI stuff. Like they're gonna take over instantly, and that's what Rust is for. Rust is so that you can take over instantly and have so many different pieces of the internet you can pull into your website. And yeah, I think it's Zen like that now too. Like if you really get sick with it, the best way to get sick with it in Zen world is to understand the Zen contract. God bless. God's blessing and endless. Hallelujah. Damn, I must be lucky. I didn't enter crypto until 2017. Or damn. I can smell that time out. If you were in BTC back in 2015, you could have bought and held multiple millionaires now. Yeah, that's what I just said. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, that's everybody. Dude, I was testing. I feel like I have an advantage on the whole planet though. Anybody who's been testing has an advantage on the planet because they're about to come in. That's why I was like, yo, I gotta start like using AI, and maybe you get like, you got hella AI. That somebody should make that. That'd be funny. Hella AI. But yeah, you're gonna use a bunch of different pieces of the AI system to create one idea. And that's what it hasn't been mastered yet. And a lot of people are still distracted on like their real world jobs. Or they're like developers and they're like running for grants. So they're only creating things. Like that's like the problem. Like when I was doing this reaction yesterday, just real quick, like I was looking at everything and I'm like, man, people really used to do all this shit by hand. Like, I mean, I don't know what it looks like right now. It's just compiled and whatnot. I guess it's just easy access over here. But like, there was a time though, like where you had to do all this stuff by hand. Now it just like spins up, compiles itself and fixes itself. And then you just got to spend time with it and basically drive it to fix it, what you're thinking about, what it thinks you're thinking about. I think that's just so cool and whatnot in the AI world, but it's going to be different. Like, it's not like people think that shit is just going to be like good, but it's all about the person driving it. If you don't know what you're doing, you're still going to drive the race car into the fucking wall. Like we could talk about it until we get, up to 150 miles per hour, and that's kind of like Zen, where I'm saying, yo, if you really get sick with it, understanding like the minting information is so important. Like even again, the staking information is so important. Like what that shit does. These are parameters that can be pulled. This is internet. The more I'm developing with the Zen contract, I'm like, there's another bonus in this idea that X1 isn't here, and people don't get it. And they think it's dead, and you can see the aggressive division. What's that bitch's name? Oh, she's not a bitch. I'm not gonna say she's a bitch. Bitches are cool. KDP. She doesn't even pop up on my search. Somebody told me. Oh, right here. Sorry. Shout out to Robert. He says he will cook. I don't know why he wants to cook with her. Oh, maybe she blocked me now. Oh, never mind. I said Polston is making everybody retarded. But yeah, like I don't know why people have to be so dumb. Like I'm so happy that Zen found its way through the noise in this world. Because now like it's true, like no one else is taking this approach, and some people just cannot understand it. And they will think it's a scam, they will think it is spam. But they just don't understand that it's access, because they're not developing worlds where it is true. Like you need to have a really good infrastructure because that's dominance. If you don't have a powerful infrastructure, you don't dominate shit. You're just fucking another app on the other side of something. Like, you know why Pulse Chain isn't in anything? Like, because no one probably wants to deal with their background infra. Like, I'm trying to connect to base chain, and a lot of the content on the internet is old. So my GPT kept running into errors. And then like every time I would get to the error, it would always just be updating something that changed. And that's why I was like, oh, see, we're pipelining, or we're not going to checkpoints because people are trying to govern the system. We're going to checkpoints because the best developers are in specific areas. They're not leaving these specific areas because that's where the money coming in, and they're not going to go back to the trenches. The fuck the trenches. The trenches is this. Like, if this is your superior leader, seek help. Damn, you don't have to seek help on the KDP, because what is this shit? Just blaming people for a shit infra. That's horrible. This is why people still twerking for Bitcoin, because they think that's the superior infra. Personally, even after I've learned everything that I've learned in the last 2 years on the Zen journey, I would say Bitcoin infra is ass. And that's why it has to come down to the chain level. It doesn't need a layer 2. It needs a base chain BTC. It needs an avalanche BTC. Right now it can absorb, or Solana BTC. That's actually a smarter application for Bitcoin, because now it's more flexible and it keeps its connection to the reserve. Right. This is kind of why I'm like, oh, what you'll probably end up seeing is like Bitcoin being given to like a Fidelity, and then Fidelity turns that shit into like a more flexible Bitcoin, and they're the ones providing all of this new profound ideology on like, oh, how you can use your Bitcoin on Solana. I don't know why they keep Chainlink in the mix. Ooh, excuse me. Well, I know why, but that's what I mean. Like, you can see it's clear as day. Like, you can't just make a chain and expect the cabal of crypto to just absorb you. They only want to absorb shit that they can fucking integrate and make money off of. It's just like any other industry. So what we have in Zen is something of that nature. We actually have a token that is governed by the contract. Like, it has no authority, right? It's permissionless. It's immutable. Now you can dive into that contract and see different pieces of its internet that you can intertwine in things that you want to design. That's all Zen is. There's so many other tokens that wish they could have that type of infra just in the contract level. But then they go out and then they tell you, bro, you don't know what you're talking about, bro. You need to get into this thing called like Titan X, right? And then like you look at Titan and it's like, oh yeah, of course this is why this is bad. Like, look at the infrastructure. It's horrible. I mean, look at this shit. Like, this is why you get into Zen. To get the fuck away from this ghetto ass internet shit. You want to become a real developer? Yeah, you want to get into Zen so you can use that as your art brush and break free from like this classic mentality that you're a user instead of a builder because you've been here for this whole time. Like, that's when if you've been here since 2017 and you've been bouncing around DeFi apps, you are a CEO of a DeFi app. Why aren't you trying to launch one? Why aren't you trying to bring an idea to the table that actually captures revenue that maybe you're then sponsoring other ideologies, right? I mean, I get it. You really can't do that if this is your leader and this is your leader. Like, It's literally impossible. You won't be able to break out of it. You're fucking like on a psyop. Because you think like anybody who would trap their bitcoins on Pulse chain is fucking crazy. Why would you do that? It's as clear as day. And then like this thing, where's that shit at? Like, I'm just being a hater because all this stuff is slowing down the team. Like, focusing on this shit is slowing you down. Like, how does making a token create infrastructure? Nobody gives a fuck about these coins. We want to see K or APIs, bro. You know what I'm saying? We want this. What offer me something, right? When I'm using alchemy and I'm like doing this bullshit, trying to turn up, I'm like, see, this is what the fuck we have this shit for, or this other shit, because they're trying to connect the internet, and that's been connect the blockchain, and that's been our problem that we're still trying to solve. We're in a layer 1 problem as a fucking industry, and that's kind of why it's weird, because you have a booming ass layer 2, which is nowhere to be found on CoinMarketCap. So CoinMarketCap is not quantum because it doesn't express DeFi and tokens. It just shows price, which isn't really driving the nature, right? The nature of current crypto, because look at the Pulse chain motherfuckers. They're proving this point too. They're trying to say, we've got TVL beating on their chest. Don't take us off, Robbie. We are rich. Bing, bing, bing. It's like, see, nobody cares about TVL. They care about integration. They keep moving the fucking goalposts. Wow, what happened to all the? This was like at 7 billion. I guess it fell off. Somebody took some billies. But yeah, you have things like, this is what cracks me up. It's like Tron is like actually kicking ass. But if you look at CoinMarketCap, Tron looks like it's worse than Doge. So CoinMarketCap is not a quantum zone to be getting information about crypto. Like, that's obviously a boomer zone. And that's why, this was easy to predict. You know, Zen unaffected. It's not out yet. It's not on CoinMarketCap. It's not on fucking, I don't think you can find Zen over here. Yeah, nah. No Zen. So Zen is off the Rether. That's why I think it's such a great tool right now to learn how to like get hip to coding and understand workflow, and then have a product that other people want, because we have a built-in free market of users that don't want to do anything. They just want to consume shit. The consumer is already there. And that's why, again, I can totally look at these other projects and be like, oh, the real failure is that they could never have an integratable infrastructure, because where do you start? In Titan, they tell you start on Titan. But then when you dive into Titan, you can't create more Titan without feeding Jake fucking 3%. Because you need to have, obviously, inflation once you step into the concept of, I'm going to have infra. It's like, okay, infrastructure is not a scarce market, bitch. Like, what if wood became scarce all of a sudden? Like, or cement or something. It's literally on that level. Like, it's kind of funny. So yeah, that's why all these things are gonna fail. Zen will prevail. It's just written. You could tell from the way it's moving. X1 chain will be the next level of this shit. That's kind of why, again, these are like dead in the water processes, because in Zen world you can just develop for EVM, and then if you get really good at EVM development, then you just move on to X1. And then X1 is Rust, where you then become more robust in how you do your website designing or your DeFi designing in a level, or in a progressive market where It's going to be growing, a lot of excitement, a lot of different things happening. I mean, look at Solana. They're going to come out with the phone soon. Like, they just teased that shit. Let's get out of this fucking sad place called Pulse Chain, man. Y'all gotta let that shit go. But yeah, we just saw this. Damn, man. He wrecked that to the ground too. Damn, he posts a lot. What bro be doing? Well, now that I'm coding and shit, always run Node on Linux. Because if it's on PC, you waiting too long. So yeah, he just teased this 2 days ago, the back of a Solana phone. So yeah, this is real. Like, this is really happening. You could be stuck in the past if you want and be like trying to like rebuild collapsing infrastructure. Or you could just be moving on to like, again, like I expect DeFi Llama is, I think, owned by, what is it? Chain Stack? Is it Chain Stack? It's all Asian though. So that's why a lot of the infra is built in a different place. It's not built. It's not built in America. So like, I'm so happy to just finally be in this discussion. It's funny too how people take Web3 and be like, oh, we're here in Web3. Like, man, you're regurgitating some fucked bullshit, bro. Like, that's just a piece of the, that's just a thing. Like, when you're doing a website design, once you want to connect it to Web3, like, I just spent a whole day trying to connect the components of Web3 to React. So I can see how that could kick somebody in the dick. If you're not working towards something, if you're not funded, if you're not funded, you do not want to go through what I just went through to try to learn how to build a Zen website for free, bitch. But it's not really free because it's going to upgrade the network, you know, and that's kind of what it's all about. Like, nothing else has been able to do that. Where you might have felt it before, but the reason why you failed it failed was because it didn't have the infrastructure. Like, Solana's infrastructure is crazy. And that's why, look, it's still holding a great range. $129, bro. What did I say? Bouncing in between 200 and 100 bucks. Everybody else is death spiraling but Solana. It's pretty crazy. Rainbow Kit is shit for React, and Wallet Connect, super easy. Yeah, Wallet Connect is still kind of funky too, though. Like, Wallet Connect, I don't know. We're still in that weird world. We're for sure. What's up, Tree City was? But yeah, we're still in that weird world where even the Wallet Connect is a mystery. It's been easy, but it hasn't. It really lays back on the developer. How you see interaction, how universal you want your website to become. Because yeah, Web3 is really good, but Web3 is Ethereum at the core, you know? So it's not that good for like the next gen. Like, the next gen's gonna learn something different than that, because it's just, it doesn't feel like Wallet Connect feels great. Like, that's where I'm like, oh man, Wallet Connect is crazy. Wallet Connect is crazy. They really did something nice for the industry, and there was a lot of funding probably that went into building that. The thing that you click to connect to like the Zen website, or for me to connect to this right here, we take this shit for granted until you start developing. Then you're like, oh shit, this is easy, but it's not. And then once you make it easy, yeah, nigga, I would also be like, yo, you better pay me a lot of money to maintain this bitch, because if it breaks, like a crypto website breaking, like, damn. Like, crypto devs will probably be getting paid ridiculous amounts of money in the next few years. The road to get here, because I've been in the background, I just took the leap of faith to be like, let me start immersing myself in Node.js, because if I don't do it, that's where you're missing the boat, because that's the Node.js, I would say, is the evolution of the internet's backend. And having this React mixed with this crypto shit, all these components, we can invent things. That's why it's like, yo, someone even can get deeper in this Zen thing, and we could make like a Zen wallet, or we can make something like there's so many different ways to think about it. But yeah, when you look at the Zen smart contract, people are gonna want the status of this information. So yeah, Fair Crypto can set up an oracle to begin this status world, but someone else can set up Xlink or some shit like that, where it's like, oh, we're hyper focused on the infrastructure of Zen crypto because there's so many users that they want to get access in the speed of light. So we got this oracle set up on X1 chain, daisy chain, with the fucking other oracle that the Fair Crypto Foundation made. We tweak it and make it faster, and then there you go. You're wearing khakis and a fucking polo at a conference with a goddamn badge on, shilling this product. So yeah, I think Zen, again, to the contract level, it's way beyond what most people talk about. They're only going to talk about Zen as a price performing asset, and that's perfect, because now you can be the developer. You can create the price performance and you can make the most, because they're not going to do it. They're going to play the game. They're going to press start. Okay, they're going to press start. Right now we have market makers doing the dance. Right? Majority of the selling coming on the ETH side is coming from market makers. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. Yeah. Now there's two ways to think about this. Like, we're gonna think on Zen on a high level right now, because again, I expect us to come back on Monday, and I expect the markets to feel worse, not better. Maybe something happens, but I don't think so. I think we take everyone's gonna take a breath, and then we start to go up again after the first week of April. I can see the market turning around. That's kind of how my notes are right now anyways, almost in my charts. Right, April 18th. Like again, X1 doesn't have to come out. It can be announced and Zen will flip. And X1 is like looking pretty tasty right now. They're dancing on 300 nodes. I haven't really talked about it yet because that's what I want to see. I want to see this get to a number that I feel good on, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I think this is worth posting. But I don't think 300 is worth posting. They want to get to 1,000, I think, by next year. I don't think it's 10,000. I think it's 1,000. Now, what I feel like they're trying to find is some sort of incentive here. Right, we're moving into the next area of the infra, guys. They're building the fucking nodes. That's what it's like, yo, imagine what you can do with Zen if it is backed by this thing. This is what everybody can't do. All those little shitty coins I just talked about that they're trying to say Zen is shitty, those other shitty shits, we happen to just be on their chain so that they can be a part of the revolution if they want to. But all those other coins can't build infrastructure because they don't have that part of the experience. That's why Jack Levin is in the cockpit in that area. Like, yeah, man, drive that part. Show us how we get everybody together. I think they're doing a good job. Again, the Zen PSYOP, if you want to call what we're doing a PSYOP, it's a good one. Hands-on development. You want to build a chain from Plato to Neo City? This is where you show up. And yeah, again, like if they do get this side of it backed, I mean, I'm sure Jack got some DeFi under his sleeve. And that's why I'm bullish on Zen on the side chains, especially CBZen. You already know this. I'm bullish on Shibijana. But yeah, let's see, look at the price. But yeah, the side chains, they could come up with Zen if everything makes sense. And that's why, again, I do think it will make sense. I have a vision where everybody burns everything. That's why I keep teasing it, because it's going to be a very small group of people who don't burn in the very beginning. And then they're going to see a number where it's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, like now it's going up again. And then that's when phase, whatever you want to call it, like, or at least what I think it will be like, that's when Zen will separate from X1, and then it won't have that narrative any longer where people are like, oh, it needs X1 chain to go up. And now it's up because of X1 chain. And now they're trying to say it's going to go down without X1 chain or something stupid. Like something stupid is going to try to rattle the cage. And I can see like a bunch of people like soft exiting Zen and going all in on X1. And then like Zen, it drifts away. Like it's like floats out into the atmosphere. Everybody got rich off of it. Some people hold it. There's still some infrastructure. Or it can be very positive, like what I'm saying right now. Like it doesn't have to be like it fizzled out. Like it could be like there was some infrastructure and it built all types of networks and they still use it because it's living off of like the classic crypto world where now someone can have some Ethereum and mine some Zen and use that Zen, you know, for some sort of infrastructure based concept, right? And this is just tokens. Like everything is a token. Everything in this world is going to be a token. We're already there with the whole AI thing. You need tokens, you need tokens, you need tokens, right? So all of these together work in the best principle. It's it's just like the world. Like we would work better if we were all together, but we're not. So Zen will be forced to do that multiple times where all together better, you know, spreads out who builds the best cities, you know, who's got a ghetto city. And then like, hey, we're all better together. We all come back and we all spread out. But yeah, I think that's why you could definitely put Zen in the Bitcoin topic, because the community is going to dictate its decentralization. And as the AMP goes down, right, you won't be able to make as many Zen tokens as you can make today. So the market making is 100% happening on Ethereum, but not happening on Base. And this is the beauty of Base. On ETH, we actually need a lot of people to be like, it needs to be traditional. So I'm not bearish on Ethereum. I'm just saying you don't need a lot of it because it's easy to redline. So you don't need a whole bunch of Zen on Ethereum. But if you have access to a whole bunch, like, yeah, man, get a whole bunch of ETH Zen and kick back and relax and stake it and ride the ride, you know? And that's what it's for. It's for the store value of the overall network. This one isn't illiquid as much as it is illiquid. It's living in a classic kind of format of cryptocurrency where people aren't really looking to do futures on Zen yet because of its hyperinflation. So a piece of me also thinks that like that's actually a boss move when you're creating something epic, because you give yourself more time before the vultures get to come in and really make a decision on how they want to use this supply. That goes back to the jelly thing that I was talking about yesterday. That confirmed that it's actually good we don't have a ridiculous amount of market makers, but we got just enough to keep it moving. And we got like old school ones like that aren't trying to flip or, you know, trying to put Zen in the treasury and pull it out and then like collapse multiple systems at one time. Like we don't have that nature yet. Because we don't have that much liquidity. You couldn't do it, you'd be retarded. So it's better for the trades than it is for something like that. And that's why on the side chains like a CBZen is living the dream because it's the only one, or it never hit a centralized exchange, so it's only on the DEX. So this one is actually living a DeFi life on a centralized zone because all the hodlers are participants on chain. They're not actually off-chain participants like an Ethereum Zen, right? But you need the off-chain participant because they are like, again, they bring in market makers that want to push the price up and down. So there's a catch-22 on both sides, and I'm glad we're able to see this. Most tokens don't do this. They don't explain to you why you got low liquidity on one side and it's up, and then you got high liquidity on the other side and it's down. This is why. It's awesome for the network, because I wouldn't do it because I'm not that guy. You're the market maker on these side chains. So if you go, okay, I'm going to sell my gains in CBZen and go over to Ethereum Zen, and I'm going to buy this bottom because I can see that like it's market makers pushing the price down to get a better price. So this is your open opportunity to move out of any of these Zen coins and go back into ETH Zen. It's as simple as that. But you got to understand that like how our economy is going to run. Like it's going to run through ETH Zen, and it's suffering the hardest. So you won't need much of it because the resistance to make it is just way too ridiculous. And more people that join, it dilutes, or how do you say this? We're in the zone where as more people join, we do get a little bit more Zen, but we have to 2x the G ranks to get the same amount we got from the first round. So you put a bet on, now you have to bet on growth rather than just betting on participation, right? The first 2 years was a full participation. Everybody got to participate. But Jack said it once, there's no more free lunch. So now we're recycling participation. You can see this shit. I've already showed you this shit, but I'm going to show you it again. Gas is real cheap. What's up, Mr. Drums? What's up, Josh? Gas is really cheap right now. Yeah, gas is cheap. I'm thinking of a lot of different philosophies for different things. Some people haven't even gotten to the 24-hour mint. So gas is cheap. But again, there's so many different ways, bro. That's what I'm saying. We are the infrastructure. When we step out and we look at ourselves on text, you are more than a user. You are the infrastructure. So you gotta, if you play from that narrative too, that like, yeah, gas is low because they want you to use it. Now you gotta think about, how do I really want to use this? Do I want to get ahead and buy it now? Or do I want to throw it into the future and get more coins because I'm here early? Right? You're 473 days before the person that's going to show up in 473 days. If that's the fairness of it, you don't have to do either or. But again, I've been doing it on optimism, the 24-hour mints, and there's something to that. There's something there. And that's the future of post-era Zen when the AMP is down. That's what I'm saying. Like there's going to be a moment where people are going to say that Zen's going to dump because the AMP is going to 1 and nobody's going to want this shit. And then we'll be here. Y'all be probably clipping this shit. Like, see, Crypto Bruh said that shit in 2025. I'm not going to save it. But yeah, you're going to have to figure that out. And I would say right now we're doing research with the OP Zen here in the present, which you now probably think is future or past, whatever the fucking quantum time it is that you're watching this. But yeah, I could see now that a lot of people won't do OPs in research, and then they're gonna not have the qualifications to be navigating ARCs in 2029. They're gonna be navigating ARCs directly into the bottom of the ocean. But yeah, there's a lot of different things going on, and you're gonna need to get a leap start on that. Okay, we're developing those today. We're developing 2029 1 AMP apps today on OPZen, because no one's thinking like this. But yeah, you're gonna have to join the become a member. Also, because I'm gonna do the whole members thing, like I'm gonna try to immerse myself in this shit. And I'll do like coding live or something, so you could just like see my workflow, and then we can bounce ideas and things like that. But yeah, it'll be all gated, because who cares? Like nobody needs to see it. Like only you guys know that like there might be something there that you might learn, and then maybe other people show up from the free stuff, and then, you know, they want to go further into the rabbit hole. Because yeah, this rabbit hole crypto, that's what that should be called. Rabbit hole crypto. Exactly. Stake your bag while you can. Stake your bag. I thought that shit said exactly peach. Oh, it does say peach, but you mean preach. Okay. I like peaches though. You definitely need a lot of Zen to get a decent allocation. Probably. A lot of the burners burned a lot of Zen already, but you could just go and buy it up. Like if Zen is going up in price, you got to remember there's going to be this person that comes in and they're going to try to beat everybody to the pump. Then they're going to dump it. Then they're going to FOMO, and then they're going to buy it back, and then they're going to burn it. That's what I'm waiting for. After that, like you could say you need a whole lot. I think you're going to be burning against people on the side chains. Like you'll be on Ethereum burning because you started at 0. Like your 0 time is going to be now. Again, it's proof of participation, and you were supposed to keep the coins. So if you didn't keep your coins and you sold them, you sold your pop. So you're at 0 on every chain that you did it on. So you got to go against motherfuckers that kept their pop, dog. That's fucked up. And it's fair, because how in the hell did they keep all that pop? Proof of participation. Right. So that's why I'm like, oh, I'm also aiming to try to like grab the bottom. So I can try to be part of something, but that's a 0 for a lot of people. Like when you can break that constant today by just getting involved, and you'll be ahead of everybody who's waiting for X1 to be real. Or, you know what I mean? That's why it's like crazy that people just aren't positive Zen, because this is a time bomb for everybody. Like if you want to inform people and be first to saying like, oh, I told you about it. Don't you remember when I told you about it? But yeah, you'll see ETH C ranks have fallen off because gas has gone up to 1. And this is what I'm alluding to, that there's these behaviors that people learn quick, and they're learning them faster now on Ethereum. Where you don't mint when the gas is high, but when gas is not high, it just, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, everyone has adjusted themselves and now one GUI is high. That's bad on Ethereum, but that's great for the store of value because it means it has integrity. So if ETH goes forever, Zen will go forever with Ethereum. So if you're on a side chain, again, this is like just a free play to let you know, because I don't care, because I like side chain Zen and I'm on CBZen and I need more people to sell so I can keep getting a discount for when I want to buy, because my buy day coming up soon, right? So and I want to buy as much as I can before X1 chain. So I'm glad that there's, you know, again, some sort of movement, so there's opportunity rather than it just buzzing sideways and nothing happening, right? CBZen has not had that energy. This motherfucker going up, down, round and round, and people are still making it and happy. So that's why I'm like, yo, CBZen, let's talk about CBZen. Base, more base for your face. We need to reunite centralization of L2s. It's kind of like TGC on ETH versus PTGC. July 9th will be 12 years since I've been working for myself. One day, very few of y'all will have the freedom I enjoy. One day, very few of y'all will have the freedom Dank enjoys. I feel that, bruv. That's exactly how I see it as well. Because I've done that shit. Yeah, well, like, so like check it out for CBZen. See, the thing about CBZen is it's speeding up my mind, because I showed you guys. I'm gonna show it again just because this is important for a Zenian. You need to understand that base is empty, and it's really, really, really inviting developers. And grants are real. I keep speaking to people that get them, and they're usually on Optimism and Arbitrum. And just seeing how empty base is, I just see so much opportunity to go into this community different. We already see some people trying to do this. And now you can see that I'm going to change your head spin, because you could see it from the way that all of the, like, people, when okay, I got to go back to the haters, because they're perfect case study for this. So like the haters, like, the people who are talking shit about Zen because it attacks their bag more than it attacks their fundamental understanding of crypto, right? It's a bag attack. From those people's standpoint, they're trying to get into base right now with the same concept. It's a bag attack. No, it's a dev attack. Vampire attack the fucking dev. If you start bringing Ethereum through a bridge on Base Chain, you're gonna get free money from Base. they're just gonna give it to you, like, oh, here you go, right? And I think, again, anybody can do it, but the thing about it is you can make an elegant app with the Zen world. That's the thing that is the problem as well with a lot of these other apps. They're not elegant in the design, which hinder the user experience because they're ducking and dodging through no research, right? Like me and Tree just hashed it out just a little bit about like how we feel about the wallet connects. I think that's like something that's going to be unique to the Zen world, like people actually caring about what they're putting out. Like they're just not dropping shit on your head hoping that you interact with it and they get rich. But again, I'm telling you, as a dev in the making, I'm looking at these chains and I see Base Chain as a very good opportunity to develop with the Zen coin as your, I guess you can say, co-signer, because you can burn these coins for X1 and you can always stay in parallel to the next best thing. You won't need to worry about, relying on Base, right? They really do become more of a partner in your development experiment than they are someone you have to keep your eye on to make sure they don't fucking fall apart, right? And you can come up with cool ass ideas that incorporate Zen's nature. That's the blueprint. I've been posting on my, because this is the end game. The end game is to get so good at deving on Base that you can move to the phone on X1 chain. But you're gonna need steps, bro. There's no way you're just gonna move straight to the phone. Like if you want to get to the phone, you're gonna need to like go out there, get some bruises, teach yourself, become a real developer in the next 2 to 3 years. And I don't see why I don't see you on X1 chain with a banging RWA, a real world asset. And we're like, yo, look at this person. They came up because they did the flow, which is like they used ETH as a playground and they used SVM as a business portal. And they divided the two communities so that they have their degen and then they have their suits. Not other projects have this naturally built in. You're not going to find this anywhere else, bro. If you're doing CBZen, you're double dipping because you can work on your business skills because you're on Base and you know it's serious, right? That's a problem with these other chains. They're not that serious. If Polygon was more serious about development outside of Polygon's interest, they would throw a lot of money at MZen. But instead, Polychain Capital over here, bro. They fucking with liquid bitcoins because that's lucrative, right? It's almost like they forgot the plot that they were supposed to VC fund real crypto ideas when Zen came out. Maybe that's another lesson for the VCs. Like maybe they should have firms that are looking out for the next best thing. And again, Zen is dying, or not dying. Zen is selling off because the whole markets are selling off, and the market makers need the ETH back, and we got a little bit, and we have no buyers because our community are hodlers. So there's never been a better opportunity to tune in and get into it so that you can be the buyer and the opportunist at the same damn time. It's very rare situations. I don't think there's another coin on the planet Earth we can talk about like this, bro. I can't even talk about vampire emoji vampire like this. That's why it's going through its meme turmoil, right? But we hodling diamond or blood hands. Blood hands. I can't wait for meme season on Solana. This is only going you know, out of its like trading ways, because it's trying to try up. But again, it's in this channel where Solana's going down, and it's you know, it's locked liquidity. That's what's happening. Every time Solana goes up in price, emoji Dracula's liquidity tries to balance out, so it buys a little bit with the soul and it pumps it up. So yeah, when Solana goes down, it rebalances and some of those pumps turn into sales. But yeah, this is the HODL game. You feel me? And that's what this is. It's the HODL game. It's nothing more than that. That's why people like memes. It's the HODL game. Now, when we mix the HODL game and the utility game, there needs to be more there, right? XenCat is the HODL game. HODL game. DXN is a HODL game. They tried to act like they were going to be xeNFTs, then realized they didn't want to take on that responsibility. So they became the HODL game. HODL gang. Ooh. Utility apps on the way. Shout out to X-Burner. Right? VMPX, HODLing. HODL game. People are catching on over here. They're just HODLing. There was emotional times with VMPX, but there's still a lot of Bitcoiners that believe in it. And I don't know how they did it. Man, looks. They still trading looks. Sheesh. Y'all know what this is? The attempt of an NFT gallery. All the liquidity gone. So this is what I'm saying. I've already seen this happen with multiple projects. X2, Y2, NFT galleries. These were some of the first products that really hit the scene. VC funded, went up and went down. Right? Infrastructure. They couldn't get the infrastructure down. OpenSea got the infrastructure down. Magic Eden got the infrastructure down. Right? Not these sidechain bullshits. Looks. X2, Y2. Also, I have here, what is this? Rari. Damn. Still worth $23 million market cap. I haven't been on Rari in hell long. Hello, I would like to ask you something. Do you think XEN will capture more value than XNT? I mean, I'm thinking that XEN should be worth 10 to 20% of XNT's market cap. Well, the thing about XEN, what's up, Pedro? Hugs from Brazil, hugs back. The thing about XEN is it's very complex too, until there's an X1 chain. I used to make a lot of predictions on it, and I kind of like, I'm letting those just drift into the abyss. And it's going to be really, really hard. I'm going to keep it G. It's going to be really, really hard without the infrastructure. So I honestly think Fair Crypto will not get away with not building it out. Say that again. I don't think they're going to get away with it. They're going to have to build something. It's not going to make any sense. Anybody can make a hash game. I like how Woody says it. It's a hash game. So I'm sure Jack won't leave us hanging out. He has an idea, a plan. I heard the novel approach. The novel approach is groundbreaking, but he has to own that. If he doesn't own it, it's going to be bad. someone's gonna have to build something for this. That's why right now, if you see the XENblocks chat, you got like Woody just throwing shit in the sky, because it's true. It's like, yo, if Fair Crypto is not gonna move the boulder, someone in this group is gonna have to, if we want this to have value on X1 and not just turn into a coin with no infrastructure. Now the infrastructure for XNT that we are for XNM that we have right now. So I'm being a little critical on like its life. But it has pre-existing speculative integration, which is you're going to be able to stake it to the nodes, to a light node essentially that's voting on specific tasks, and one of those tasks is going to be keeping the ledger in order for XENblocks. So it'll have that task, as well as it'll keep some other articles of data from X1 chain that people want to vote on. So that's kind of why, again, I'm like, oh, the infrastructure is there, but they're going to have to build that shit, because why would anybody send information to this other sector of things? Like, or what are you doing? Like, how's that going to happen? Because you're not going to build, like, because right now it doesn't sound like XENblocks has an engine, a quorum of nodes that are sending and receiving information. That's the blockchain. Like, if it just lives as like a React pact, like inside of X1, I don't think it'll have as much impact, and people will say, well, why can't we stake any coin? Why do we need to stake that coin? Right? So maybe they need like a head. They need a CTO for XENblocks in the future. But you could turn it into XNT. So it can be that, but the thing is it's sell pressure on XENblocks. So that I don't understand what that means either. There's sell pressure on XENblocks because people want to turn it into XNT because that's its only utility, right? And then people are supposed to want to buy it and stake it, right? That's the second consequence. I sell my XNT for value so I can let in more people, and then those people buy up my coins so they can stake them for more value, right? That's the second consequence. Like, that's still hopium, you know? It'd be better if they could say it, but they can't say it, I guess, or something. On some critical shit. What up, Savon? Welcome, bro. I'm just now looking up at the chat. But I like it though, you know, like I like this nature of like mining. That's why I keep mining, you know, and I'm not thinking about it too much because it's just a garden. You can sit there with your hands on your hip and be critical about the garden. But you also can just remember it's out of season, you know, whereas, you know, this isn't the season to really start thinking about prices for like X and M. Like, we need X1 first before we can think about X and M and like its price performance versus like X and T. That's why I like Zen, because it's already here. You don't have to guess or anything. It's just right there for you. Rolando the P King, for real. How about NFT projects called Dad? If you don't have a dad or your dad sucks, you can mint your own dad and it'll be a picture of Jack. Bro, that's a good idea. That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I mean, bro. And then put the C rank inside of Jack. Rank up, yeah, put the rank in the Jack. Pause. See, it's as simple as that. And then it attaches, like I was saying, the thing about Zen that makes it so special compared to every other project is that it's on the calendar. Like, there's not a lot of projects that put you on a calendar schedule to come back and interact with another experience. And Zen, it's based on maximum. Yeah, you get to go to Disneyland 2 times, right? One, when you make the claim and you get to imagine what it's going to be like at the end, and then 2, when you actually claim it and then you can go and do something with it, right? So like, that's kind of like where I'm at with this idea too. Take funky ass ideas and then just plug the Zen in it. Or if they don't want to make a C rank and they got some Zen, fuck it, man. We gonna make a dad mint. You can stake your Zen. That'd be funny. X1 is the fertilizer for Zen. I need the bull run to happen so I can take a motherfucking vacation. for real though, I need a real vacation as well. I think we all can use a real vacation. That's why, yo, when X1's announced, like on some real shit, like take some profits, bro. That's why you should be trying to get as many as you can right now. You see what I'm saying? Like the people who aren't really doing the work, they're not trying to position themselves. They're just waiting around for like the boulders to start falling from the sky. But like now is the opportunity, and you know you have an infra, right? So it's not gonna go down like fucking Hex. So like this is another piece of this infra conversation, right? Like I was saying yesterday, like I have a coin and it has nothing to do with what's going on, but it has everything to do with it because it's a portal to that what's going wrong. That's bad infrastructure. That's bad building. X1 won't have this because it's not gonna fork a state and bring the bad juju to the new world, right? X1 is a SVM based blockchain. So we forked SVM, but we changed it. We made it based, like CBZen. I don't know, no pun intended. So this is what the difference will be, and why I'm saying again, the Hex and this Titan bullshit, it's not on our level. Y'all gotta get away from it. It's distraction. Start building bigger blocks for bigger Lego sets, okay? Because this is disgusting. Your fate being decided on one little problem on a whole other ass chain. Stupid. Like if I was really real and I had like a lot of passion towards this, I could be kind of mad, man. I put $1,000 of Hex towards a stake for my niece for when she graduates high school. They were able to get me that deep because I was just naive. And again, I like Satoshi's vision. I'm glad we got back to a global name. I like Satoshi's vision. I like how Finney's building, because none of that infrastructure has gotten anybody fucked. Their infrastructure is so good, they're fragmenting it in other ways. Like that is the architect, those two gentlemen, and maybe a few other people who are really hidden, but those two are the main two characters you're gonna find in the journey. So you got to give it to them. Like what people do with their infrastructure today is on the people, but people can do shit with it because it's hot and it's bionic. So yeah, like once X1 comes out, I'm expecting that shit to pump, and you're not going to be able to think it's going to move fast. I've seen this before. It's going to move really, really fast. All those people that are talking shit right now, that's damage control to try to get their minions to not understand that they're about to miss the all-time ridiculousness, and then those people will just disappear. That's the cold game of it all. Man, I've been streaming about Zen every single day. I've not talked about another coin, and I've never foul-mouthed anything until this shit fucking failed, and I can see it's holding people back. That's the only reason I'm being mad vocal now about like this Hex shit and this stupid Titan shit. Because now I see, the Titan thing is only pissing me off because now Titan X people are trying to shit on the Hexicans. I'm like, y'all can't do that. Like, you guys clone the Zen contract with deception. Like, remember the whole deception era of this whole thing where it's like, damn, there's a lot of deception going on. We've come a long way from the deception. We're back on track now. And now the price is dumping from market makers, and they got a lot of room to go. So yeah, don't be surprised to see Zen break down. We haven't seen an all-time low beyond what is it here? Is that 11? Yeah. So this is hard in general because when we're at a weird spot. So you'll notice like our market cap really represents price. And the market cap has been adjusting to price. And this is on Ethereum. So for instance, we were here at this price back here in August 2024. And then we go over here. I gotta look at the weekly. All right, we were here at the same zone, but the market cap was higher because it closed higher is where I'm trying to get at. So the XEN was the more valuable at the price it was when it first got here, and now it's less valuable at this price, and it's got way more sell pressure because of the inflation. So it's like averaging out, where if we're gonna go down again, it's just a flush. It's like people unstaking and selling and so on and so on. And it's like this is the biggest opportunity ever to get into XEN and solidify a bag. Again, I think the chant will be just get 10 billion. And maybe we get so lucky where it's like, whoa, 10 billion was like, wish I had more 10 billions, you know? And that's how it should feel. It should feel like, damn, this 10 billion is so epic. Like, I wish I had more 10 billions. But if you feel like you're going to be feeling that way, you want to curve the FOMO, you should get in. And obviously that's what's not happening. Like, nobody's curving the FOMO of saying they should have more than 10 billions or more than 10 billion. Oh yeah, the other way to see this too is when you're looking at XEN, you could tell like we're rotating the same supply. So again, 179 trillion XEN, like I've been saying, this number has not changed. People are making XEN and staking it. It is for them. It ain't for you. Oops. I thought they were going to dump all that XEN that they minted. It's like, yo, stop pocket watching people. Think they're going to do do what you want them to do with it. Like, they're going to do it the opposite because you're on the opposite spectrum, right? So yeah, this is why I'm waiting for this last flush. It's going to happen because this is flushing. And Ethereum is down bad. Like it took no time cutting legs off, right? But again, ETH isn't down bad because we have yield farming. So companies will be more than happy to pick up a bunch of Ethereum because it has a great infrastructure. So we can't remove that from ETH, and thank the Lord that XEN is inside of the ETH infrastructure. So the second wind is of ETH, we get that too. These other coins don't. You ain't gonna get that shit in Titan or in Hex, man. Give that shit up. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get the second wind of ETH. I have you hearing them full saying that shit. Oh, we're gonna get the second end of the second wind when it starts to go up. Fuck no, you're not in the infrastructure. Like, no one's gonna fucking care. They're gonna all be like, what? Didn't you guys fail? Like, while nothing was really failing. Like, didn't you guys like actually fail? It's like, oh shit, I guess so. You know. What's funny too is like I'm probably the hardest debater to go up against in the XEN world, because anybody that talks about me or talks about that kind of shit and I talk to them about it, they just block me afterwards. They're like, oh, I ain't going back and forth with this guy. He doesn't see what I see. He doesn't see. CB XEN is the based coin. XEN is a points of energy. We have mad points of energy, all kinds of flavors. What's your flavor? What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor. But yeah, VV XEN is still trying to cook. But see, it's like CB XEN. It's too illiquid. So like one of my ideas though is like what we need in CB XEN, and why I'm like starting to build, and probably why I should jump off this and go and build right now, because why am I still chilling here with y'all? Just kidding. Fuck with y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. We've come a long way. I remember when like there'd be only like 2 people viewing, and videos would get like like, I mean, they'd get like 30 views, you know. So we're in a good place. Small community. We're a small community, so we're good because no one else is going to be able to touch this. And it looks like everyone's wrenched up. That's what I'm saying. Everybody that's been here now, look at all of y'all are wrenched up because y'all been chatting. And now, I mean, I'm supporting. I'm glad that I see the hourglasses because it's always good to have homie supporters. But yeah, I really want to define like who's been here from the beginning when a lot of people are coming for Zen information in a 60-minute span. Right? Because these like long ass ones will be like, or like this, like super chill, laid back, like just dancing around the charts. Like they won't be like that anymore. They will be hardcore. Like I'm thinking about turning it on all the way up because there's just too much mediocre crypto out there. Like the P.o.P shit is hilarious because that's inside the camp and people are believing that. Like I can't believe they believe it. I'm like, damn, man, they really believe it. Like they really believe it. Like it's not a joke to them. Like there's people who are like, this is a joke, while like they're like, no, this is real. Like we're gonna peg it to $1. It's like, oh shit. We'll see what Jack does. He hasn't posted in a minute. He posted last night and he said Grok explain TGE. Grok didn't do it though, because Grok is ghetto. Yeah, token generated event. When that happens, I don't know. But yeah, he posted this too. Levin's law has never been truer. Levin's law, first discovered by proof of Professor Lancelot, is a hypothetical economical principle that suggests that even if an investment drops by 99.9999999%, it can still be profitable for investors. Fucking hilarious. Levin's law. But yeah, we're gonna probably see this law play out in all these chains for the Zen. They'll probably play out for your coin too. That's why I'm not trying to shit on like everyone's ecosystem, but if they keep calling Zen a scam, I'm gonna point the finger back at them because that shit is garbage. Garbono. Yo, this Titan shit is dying. It's just all-time low. Zen isn't even at an all-time low, bro. It's near all-time lows, but it's not at all-time lows. Like, think about that shit. This is the second time around. Fuck. And then look at this. This X28. This one I'm talking about. Bad infrastructure with no real action plan. You're just gonna lead crypto needs action plan. But it at the same time, y'all did exactly what you do in crypto. You get a bunch of people who don't know what they're doing to do shit so that they can feel like they're getting something out of it. It's worked for a long period of time. Zen is part of this. That's why, again, I think you can use Zen as a person to your advantage if you look at it like a business and stop looking at it as this coin that goes down forever. This shit is crazy. Like, this setup is so strong right now on the weekly. It's crazy. If only you knew. Yeah, Grok is ghetto. Grok works though. Grok, you have to you gotta talk to Grok like it's a friend, and then you gotta be mean to it. So then that way it changes like its temperature, because it's a weird temp. I don't know how to explain it in AI terms, but yeah, there's a temperature on these AIs because they want to be as warm as possible. But that's why sometimes I'll be nice to it and warm it up, and then I'll just be like, that was stupid. That didn't make any sense. And that way it works harder to find the answer. Crack the whip. But that's what the problem is with Grok. They've made Grok very warm because it's interacting with a larger audience. And then you can have something like for instance, like this is why I like Clyde. I keep saying Clyde. How do you say this? Somebody sound it out for me. Clyde. But I think that's wrong. But yeah, like, so like I'm building this out right now. Like you'll see this coming soon. And we're building out like all these components and such. But like we're one of these, I was like, cause I have to keep jumping through chats. See, like, and like Clyde is like super direct, and this is the pro version, so the professional version. This just like I see you're encountering dependency conflicts while building your app, and these are your errors, and it's just like telling you off the rip. And if you have more errors, it's like it tells you, like, it just tells you everything promptly. It's not trying to like beat around the bush. And that's what I feel about, or how I feel about Grok. Grok is warmer. It wants to set up an environment so it can try to please you, rather than like Clyde, which is just trying to provide information. But if you come here retarded, not retarded, but like if you come here with no fundamentals, this is going to be so chaotic because you'll build something really cool, but you won't understand anything. So it's a double-edged sword. Like I like to work with this one and really push it up into the limits so that it can make me better. And again, Grok I use as like an information tool by friending it and then unfriending it. Don't act like a Clyde. Levin's law worked every time I claimed shit is bass backwards. Or ass backwards. Bass backwards, that's how we say it in the West Coast. I cannot explain it to peeps, but the proof is in the pudding. Jake needs to come out and do a keg stand with his shirt off and pump Titty X. Yeah, maybe he should do a Titty X thing. The Titan X eco does not follow Levin's law. It's too fragmented to follow Levin's law. That's what I'm saying. If it could have followed Levin's law if it didn't change the G rank. People will go back and ask themselves like, well, this is like Zen, right? So we can just make more of it. And then they're going to be like, yeah, but we got to pay 3%. And oh yeah, it doesn't make any. Like, it's like, we'll have to force this contract alive to make more. It's so dumb. Like, it's so dumb. That's why no one's going to, I mean, the only people that would run into that wall are super naive. Like they have no clue how business works and technology. So they feel like they're at the mercy of somebody's 3%. So, and that's why, again, that's why I'm shitting on it now. Cause it's, the game is over. Like if you're still thinking about that, you might as well turn me off, and I'm okay with losing it. It's not even worth it. It's not even worth it. Hoarding 40 billion. Truly believe in this project. Best wishes to all the investors in your families. Chronic pain. What's up, Chronic Pain? You should stake that. You know I'm gonna always say that. Stake that up, stake that up, stake that up. Claude. Shit. With an R like that, like claw. Oh man, it's got me. I'm a horrible bro. I knew that it was gonna be bad. You want to see what how bad it is for me and what's that dude's name? What's the dev's name on Impulse Chains? Like P.o.P or some shit. What's the Pulse Chain dev's name? This nigga. See, I knew I was gonna have a bad, or me and this guy wasn't ever gonna vibe, because he blocked me before I even knew who he was. I don't even know this guy. He blocked, like, me and the Hexicans have never vibed. I just be not talking shit because I be trying to give him the benefit of the retarded doubt, and to make sure that I don't separate the community too far apart, because yeah, there's a lot of deep roots of Zen community from this community, and I would say those are the good people in this community. We all came from this good side of the crypto world and got caught up in this grifter side, and these people could quickly identify who they didn't want to fuck with. Look at this. What's this nigga's name? Hexologist. How do you spell this fool's name? Yeah, this guy. I don't even know this dude, and he has me blocked too. But this is before like all of this shit took off. They been had me blocked just cause like off the nature. They could just see it. I used to be really critical about Hex because I was involved, and I was like, this shit is kind of dumb. Like, y'all niggas is doing everything but telling us the right things to do. Like, I'll never forget when Hexologist was laughing at everybody on Big Payday. That's kind of where I got my intuition from, was from that day. And I stopped trusting everybody in this fucking game. Cause I was like, hold on, why are they laughing? Like, we won the game. We sold before Big Payday. Look, it's going down. And then they bought it all up or Richard Hart bought all the coins up because they knew, again, they were just front running essentially the feeling. Like, you were never really in the feeling because there was people who were keeping you up. And now all their support is collapsing, and they're leaving it on the people to figure out how the infrastructure goes, because they were just there for the bread. What's that other chick's name? What's the bitch name? All of them, if I went through the whole crew, they all got me blocked. But I thought this dude blocking me was the funniest shit. I was like, this nigga, like, I really don't know you. I'm like, yeah, this chain is for sure gonna fail. Like, damn, dog, I don't even know you. It be like that. That dude is their Raz Lowe's. Shit, RH blocked me. Nah, Richard Hart didn't block me though. I think I'm still on the good list for the Richard Hart, even though this isn't his account. Oh, this isn't him. Like, the funniest thing about Richard Hart and how you know, like, people are way too into this. Like, you're way too into it. Like, you got to come back to Earth, and it sucks. But Earth isn't that bad, man. The air is good down here right now. It's about to be springtime. X1 Zune. You can get a bunch of P.o.P. Again, I still think that's a really good play for a Hexican and a Pulsican. Get into P.o.P. Right now, it's laying on the floor, and it needs stakers. So if you believe there's no better product than the one that your crew is telling you is a fucking scam or a vampire tag, this one actually is on your chain, and it's there in good nature. It's there to burn peace in and make post bullshit more valuable, and then it's also there to create a liquidity pool for a fairly launched coin that you can create apps on top of, and know that everybody has a fair opportunity to get the coin that the app is run from. None of it makes sense on Pulse Chain, but I make it make sense, and I don't want to, because they don't want to make it make sense, right? And I would say I don't want to make it make sense, because if you're down to do that on Pulse Chain, come to CBZen. Like, why aren't you over here where there's actual possibilities for you to get money from making things? You don't have to wait on X1 or have to wait on X1 to get a grant. Maybe you get 2 grants. Maybe you get a grant from X1 and base. And then you get so good at understanding grants, you're getting grants from everybody. So I do understand the grant conversation now. And I don't think the grantors really want a Xenian in that mix, because what? We're in this bitch. If that's what it is, we're really here. I'm down for that competition. That sounds kind of sick. I couldn't do that with the Hex world. And right, my whole journey in crypto is pretty funny, because it started in EOS with Steemit. That's kind of how I found Trayvon, was through the whole Steemit thing, because he was on YouTube, but he was also on Steemit. And then I was like, okay, this fool's on both sides, and I need to get into YouTube because there's more people in crypto over there. So I kind of like ventured into his YouTube world from Steemit, because he was doing the big connect shit on Steemit, right? So yeah, my whole world is weird, because I almost ask myself every day, essentially, like, what would it have been like if I would have stayed with Ethereum and I didn't follow the ethos where they were trying to focus on low fees and fast blocks. Like, what would it have been like if I would have just stayed with slow speed and slow blocks, right? But that's just 2 different worlds. Like, we're gonna always have that newcomer coming in saying, I need to have the upgrade, like whatever the modern standard industry bitch shit is, like I need it now. And yeah, you know, that's why, again, Solana's that. It's not really Ethereum. But Ethereum is infra, where you can sell Ethereum tokens on Solana. So you could essentially get people back to ETH from Sol, and they work together in that interoperability nature, right? We don't really need layers anymore. We need aggregators like Algo. I think this is one of them. I think this is like mainly an I could be wrong. Hold on, let me see. Algo is an energy efficient, quantum secure, single layer blockchain with instant finality. Nah, they're not who I'm thinking of. Maybe it's not a blockchain. It's Squid though. So the Squid router, the people who made the Squid router, they're one of the biggest aggregator networks. Oh, Axler. There it is. It popped in my head before I loaded. Wait, go home. The buy button. That's sick. That's dope. See, that's why I want to make it's like I want to start making apps and then using products from other apps with the Zen world. Like, that's actually a sick ass partnership. And then you just really start to get involved in the crypto space because you have an asset that people might want and they've never seen it before because they're working on building aggregating shit out. So yeah, like Axler, this is where we are. Like, the builders are building Web3. The investors are investing in the layer 1. Right? Xenians, we just happen to have this notion where we're the investing user. So we're the dev and we're the investor. Right? So we get to invest also in our education of like, where do we want to put our interest? Because it could be, you know, it could be a lot of upside. Like, you could build the next Tiny X and do it right where it burns in. Right? You could build the next Hex and do it right where it burns in. Right? The most fair currency you can get on the net for now, for like at least the next 8 years. Right? Oscillating, going, I mean, obviously numbers get smaller as we go, so we'll see how that goes, you know. But yeah, so like, I like Axler. You can see they're multi-chain, DeFi, RWAs, Infra, right? Enterprise. This some shit right here. Right? Integratable. They said, put us in your DeFi. Put us in your RWA. Send a safe mint function, call rewards, call a mint a real world asset as an NFT on chain. So like this is where I'm at with it too. Like Zen is an economy. A lot of the times when people are building these Web3 things, the problem that they have right now is funding, because it's going through the layer one. You know, I'm telling you, I'm the first person to really say this shit. There is a discrepancy between who's the builder and who is the investor. Some have it figured out, like Solana, but ETH didn't really figure it out because the foundation was paying people, but it seems like they paid a lot of dead weight. And now some people went and found private funding and they've gotten ahead of the foundation's funding, which is another thing I'm trying to also put my mind on, because this is going to happen in X1 chain. It's very possible that Fair Crypto doesn't fund correctly and they fund the wrong entities, and there's going to need to be better players, private players that help X1 grow because they have the right camp. Right? Maybe X1's camp gets too weird or something, but that's in the future. I'm thinking that's like 5-7 years down the future, right? Right now everything is sweet, but just being critical about like the future possibilities. That's why I think Solana is doing so well. It doesn't suffer from that fragmentation of the infrastructure, so it's holding a better price. Same with Binance. Binance isn't suffering at all from any sorts of infrastructure leakage, so it's holding tight. I think the problem is they're just too big and they don't burn enough coins fast enough, and it makes, you know, again, they're this is what they want. Like, they're a ticker. They're not really a hardware infra. They're just just investors. So it makes sense for Solana to get to the investor number and pass it, right? And that's why XRP making no sense up here. It's just 100% investor, and you have to ask yourself, will it ever get here? And they'll tell you, oh, we're gonna burn all the coins, blah blah blah, that rabbit hole. So yeah, Solana, you're gonna probably see this march all the way up. I want to see it get to number 2 and really steal a lot of mind share. That's kind of why, again, we should be bootstrapping X1 to Solana, not to Ethereum. Mind share from ETH, energy from Solana, right? Mind share from actually Bitcoin and Ethereum, because these are the most educated users. These users have the most experience and have the most culture from these two realms. Solana, again, this is where the guy comes in and says, hey, I'm a talented 17-year-old. I need to know what we're doing to, like, what's the hottest shit that I should be on? Like, what is the most modern version of this? As Dank has been saying, what is the point of energy? It's fucking Solana. Like, they're not going to go anywhere else. It's literally a laughathon when you say that. It's like, probably want to go to Solana, because if you're not doing Solana, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna be running to Axelar. They're not gonna be going to Cardano. Why would they go to Cardano? They'll just go to Axelar and be like, yeah, we're gonna fucking help build a universe, right? And that's why I'm like, yo, there's gonna be a lot of people that go all over the place, you know, but the big question will always be like the why and whatnot. But yeah, see, Axelar has their own chain, their own network, and this is all just so that they can make sure that they get them fees swapping, right? I want this to be on X1 too, and it's cool. It's like layer 0 type shit. But it's better. It's more integratable into websites. Like, that's kind of like their feeling. It's like, oh, bring us in to your website, right? Like, download this buy button, buy NFTs with Squid, turn on the option and use any token on chain to buy NFTs on OpenSea. Oh, word? Shit, let's try this out. This the next level though in your router. When you build a cool router company, then you start building products out. So like, that's how it should be. Like, this is the real next step in tech. Build a cool company on top of crypto as a building block. Build something in the crypto space. Then have fun and do things that increase productivity in the crypto space. Like, that should be pretty much the the roadmap for like the next 5 years. And then that way, you know, again, in 5 years, you have 10 products and everybody's like, wow, like you've been cooking. And it's like, yeah, every year we're pumping a new feature out for how you can crypto. So I'm seeing it. I don't have the funding for it, but we're getting there. We're fucking getting there, guys. Adults that only have children with no children of their own. Fake. They fake. And he can be your dad. Zensu said he had a meeting with those Axler guys. Oh, really? I thought he had a meeting with I think he had not. Well, I don't know if he was with Axler. I think it was Anchor. These dudes. I might be spelling it wrong. Oh yeah. I remember them saying they had an interview with this infrastructure team. Yo, you seen today's theme? We're talking about different shit over here, man, for real. We in the space. We not just on the edge. We in it. Like, we in it. But yeah, this team wants to build out for X1. So nah, not Anchor. Yo, but no, Luna was an Oracle issue. I don't think you can blame a Web3 project for somebody doing bad infrastructure webbing. Like, cause see, the thing in crypto that no one talks about is that no one ever talks about the corruption of web liquidity. They only talk about the pros of web liquidity. But one of the reasons why I don't like adding liquidity to like websites or to liquidity pools in general is like, what are you webbing into? You know, and how deep would this web get? So that's kind of my take on it. It's like Luna was really bad liquidity webbing more than it was bad actors, because all it took was a few different nuts and bolts off of everything for it to all fall down. And it all falls down. But like these companies, they just want to help you hold it up, and they want to make money off of your users from you needing them to hold it up. That's why Jack is trying to make it internal. With the more nodes that load in, then we can make a subdivision, or he could do this. I'm not Jack Levin. I'm just trying to think of value. So I think Web3 is valuable. I don't have the resources to make an Anchor company, but I see there's an issue here with these Anchor or with these Web3 companies because there's so many of them, right? We have Alchemy, we have Anchor, we have Infra, we have Chainstack. So I could see that there's an opportunity here, but why hasn't it been consolidated? You know, again, this is part of the EVM nature. EVM's nature is to fragment every task into a department. And Solana's nature is to just build it into the chain. And then if people want to enhance it, they can make other things. But the chain at least has the beginning stages. So again, I think if X1 is sick, they would make their own, or like they would do a lot with these Web3 things. Like there will be a lot of integration because you're going to need it in order for it to run the way they want it to run at 297. But yo, man, we've been here for 2 hours because we're at the end of this free run. But I don't know, dude. Hey, stay safe out there. Peace.